Britain's Prince Andrew faces a potential lawsuit in the US over allegations that he sexually abused a 17-year-old girl in the early 2000s. These allegations stem from his long-standing friendship with Ghislaine Maxwell, a socialite who is closely connected to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The lawsuit comes at a complicated time for the British monarchy, and if a trial goes forward, it could coincide with the Queen's celebration of 70 years on the throne.
The prince could settle, and so this trial might not go ahead at all. But if it does, there is the risk that Andrew will have to be cross-examined by lawyers and may reveal embarrassing details about the alleged events that took place in the early 2000s. The real question here is if there is a financial settlement, who's actually paying? Buckingham Palace will have to navigate that very, very, very carefully, because if it is seen to be the British taxpayer who's picking up any of the bill for this, there could be a huge public backlash.
The allegations brought against Prince Andrew have been swirling for years. A woman named Virginia Giuffre alleges in a lawsuit that she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew when she was 17. She claims she was trafficked by Epstein and Maxwell, that the prince was aware of that fact, and that he abused her in London, New York, and on Epstein's private island. Giuffre filed the lawsuit against Prince Andrew last year. He has denied all allegations. In 2019, Prince Andrew did an interview with the BBC, during which he said he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He also said that he and Epstein weren't very close and that he had never met Giuffre.
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady. None whatsoever.
You don't remember meeting her?
No.
And he was presented this photo, which is now well known, of him with his arm around Miss Giuffre, and he said he had no recollection of that photo being taken, and since then he's not said anything really publicly.
Jeffrey Epstein died in jail while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges in 2019, and in December 2021, Ghislaine Maxwell was found guilty on criminal counts of sex trafficking. If it goes ahead, Prince Andrew's trial on the civil suit could take place in the fall.
One of the big issues here is that a trial could be reputationally damaging for Prince Andrew, for the monarchy, but also for Prince Andrew's direct family. And that means that there is a big incentive here for him to just pay to make this go away. And that's the most likely outcome, lawyers say. But the big question is what Mr. Giuffre will ask for in return, because it might not just be money, it may also be some form of apology.
Cut off from his royal duties, Prince Andrew has lost much of his income, and there's uncertainty over how he might pay for a potentially expensive settlement. According to royal biographers, Prince Andrew still has a pension from the Navy and owns a chalet in Switzerland that is up for sale. Buckingham Palace didn't immediately respond to a request for comment about his assets.
The financial risk he faces is that he is unemployed. He is someone who has no job, and so therefore will presumably be relying on his mother or any wealth he accumulated before to kind of pay his way from now on.
This is all threatening the monarchy's image at a delicate time. After it became clear in early 2022 that the lawsuit could proceed to trial, Buckingham Palace stripped the prince of his military titles and patronages and announced he would no longer use the title His Royal Highness.
He is still a prince, he is still the Duke of York, but he is no longer His Royal Highness, and he no longer has any role to play in the sort of ceremonial duties of monarchy.
Prince Andrew isn't the only royal this has happened to. Most recently, Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle agreed not to use their Royal Highness titles when they quit the royal firm. Harry was also stripped of his military affiliations. As the royal family works to diffuse reputational damage from these recent incidents, it's also being faced with the challenge of preparing for the eventual passing of Queen Elizabeth. She turns 96 this year and has already stepped back slightly from public duties. Her son, Charles, and grandson, Prince William, have as a result been stepping up more.
Prince Andrew now is effectively holed up on his mother's estate in Windsor, plotting his defence as a private citizen. In a way, he is now a sort of prince without a role. He's in a sort of semi-exile. And it really depends how this court case plays out. I mean, some question that even if he did manage to clear his name or settle with Virginia Giuffre, he would always be tainted by association given his friendship with Maxwell and Epstein. And that means that it'll be very hard for him to ever be rehabilitated.